But have you ever been pursued to join a MLM or whatever you want to call it, multi-level marketing, pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, whatever you want to call it? Have you ever been pursued?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What
Too
is
much.
Too much?
Yes.
Okay. So you probably have a hot take on MLMs. What's your take on MLMs?
Oh man, I think it ruins friends and family relationships. That's it. People don't like to hear that. I remember I was talking to my father-in-law about this, and we're just about money. Like I'm trying to get to the bottom of like money, finances, and Christians, and wealth, and rich, and this, and not having a lot of money, and then having too much money. And my father-in-law had mentioned, that there are so many verses in Proverbs, I think Psalms and Proverbs about people who want to get rich quick, which that is the whole foundation of like pyramid schemes is getting rich quick, right? Is doing that. You do the two things, then you get three people to do the three things, and then they find three people, and it's not it. And the voraciousness and the tenacity that those people pursue, have pursued me in the past. I'm like, man, no. But hey, like, why don't you use that fuel for something else? And I've watched I've listened to podcasts and documentaries about the outcome of, a lot of those things in people's lives. And it's not good, man. It is not good.
Have you lost friends over it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I've lost a couple people. And now I usually I'm just like blatantly, if somebody sends me a message like that, I'll just go, hey man, I don't know how many people you've sent this to. I don't know how many times you've copied and pasted this, but listen, you live in this town. You want to build great relationships in this town. This isn't it. Like, you're going to lose a lot of people are going to lose respect for you. And I know this is, and also you can go on websites and just figure out how many people in a, involved in a multi-level marketing company, like whatever, name the company, the top 1%, like how much money, like how many people are in that and how much did they make, right? So there are the bottom of the pyramid there are a lot of broken hearts, and then people who aren't even in the pyramid anymore, a lot of broken hearts, a lot of failures. But that also goes back to, like, there's a thing called survivorship bias, where you look at people who have survived or made a killing on something, and you look at them and you're like, well, that's it. That's what I need to do. But hey, you're not looking at everybody else who also spent time, money, and energy and sacrifices, and didn't get there. But it's cool to be like, oh, my buddy. Everybody has a buddy who has a buddy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Specifically in crypto, I have a buddy who has a buddy who retired. And you're like, really? How old were they? 22. Really? What are they gonna do? I just it's just kind of like a yeah.
Well, I mean, we're all looking for that golden ticket, that easy win, early retirement. But like sitting across from you and hearing you say, not only am I putting the grind into all my content, but I'm also working like a job on the side. And I feel like that, I hope that people hear that and they hear stop, kind of like Candace Payne says, like, shut the shit up.
Yeah.
Like, stop making excuses. Like, if you're just sitting around and you're saying, oh, I'm too tired coming home from work, and this MLM thing that I'm going to do, that's going to be the easy ticket. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I've also listened to the podcasts that have like and read the Reddit articles.
Oh my gosh, the Reddit ones. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, the information is right there. Like, you can see it. But it's one of those things that grinds my gears. So if Dave Ramsey ever hears this, instead of going after timeshare, because that's what my fiance does. Like, stop attacking timeshare. No, it's fine. Timeshare is whatever. But like, go after the MLMs, because it is crazy to me that they exist. Because to me, it seems like it's an illegal thing. Like, it is literally putting people in poverty. And it is sad to hear these stories of people that, because they will preach to you and say, like, oh, you're going to have an $800,000 house and you're going to be driving the nicest Lamborghini. And these people are literally joining so that they can pay the rent.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to survive. Like, those are the people that are getting into this. They're in those desperate modes, in a desperation season. And maybe it is a wife who's just like, oh, well, my husband's working 3 jobs, and maybe if I do this and sell this makeup, then I'll be able to allow him to go down to 2 jobs. And so they're not jumping in it for the riches. A lot of times it's mostly just like for little things. But then they're not successful, and no one's giving them the abilities or tips or hints.
Right.
And then they just slip further and further into it. I mean,
there's one thing my father-in-law, who I've already quoted a lot today. I love my father-in-law. I love my family, my wife's family, a lot.
Share the wisdom.
Listen, he had mentioned, we were talking about this. We were talking about crypto and finances and money and things and whatever. And he was like, a lot of people don't, the bad thing about that is people don't want to grow into money, and, or knowledge, like wisen up into wealth. Right. Nobody wants that. Nobody preaches that. A lot of people don't teach that. It's just kind of like you're gonna get rich. You want to get rich, Well, it's like, well, do you want to get wise? Do you want to be wise enough to handle that when it happens, right? And I remember thinking, I was like, wow, that is the truth. And even for myself, like I wanted to have money like a long time ago, But now I'm doing, my wife and I, we're doing a lot better. But then now I'm very thankful because now I'm like, well, wow, like, gosh, thankfully I didn't have this way back when. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what I was doing back then. Like it did take, it didn't take like, I didn't need to like find money. I needed to find like the wisdom and the experiences and the conversations and the failings and to listen to and to read the books and the movies and the documentaries and the podcast to all kind of build up my understanding of money and how to be wise with money and how to give and how to pay people and how to, even, use a CPA and ask the right questions and the, everything that kind of comes with it is something that people just go, oh, I can probably make 7 figures next year. It's kind of like, whoa, are you going to be able to mentally process making, it's like the curse of the lottery. So many people win the lottery, just kind of like, I don't know, ruins their lives. Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, us down here were like, how $25 million? Okay, sure, the government takes half, but how can that ruin my life? And money's just one of those weird things, man. I'm always talking about not money, about like I want to get rich, but I'm always just so curious about like how, like it's a mysterious thing, right? I have a cousin in Tanzania who her and her husband, she was a teacher. She was a high school teacher, and then she started doing business. She is immensely wealthy. In Tanzania, immensely wealthy, does so many things, owns hotels and houses that she rents out and businesses and sells cars and car parts and land and crazy. And I look at somebody like that and I'm like, wow, how did you know how to do that? How did you know how to do that in a third world country where a government worker makes what, like $75 a month or something like that? How did you, and for that reason, I know it's God, right? It is God, but then also there is just like the wisdom and the understanding and the wit, right? And just like the I don't want to say luck. What is another word for like luck, right? Or just like the
chance,
the chance, right? And the taking chances, I'll say, just happened to put that person in the right place at the right time, and then from that they were able to be, successful. So I think nobody likes the journey of it, but the journey is almost it's mandatory in order to get there, to get there in one piece, I'll say.
And her answer wasn't MLMs.
No, it was not.
Hey, y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow. That is crazy. This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel.
That's it.
Smash the like button on this video.